told you anything, but I've spent any money, right? I haven't asked you to do anything that costs you a nickel. But I haven't just said, hey, if you want the marketplace to change, then change. What are some business basics? Follow up, stay in touch, be yourself. Never forget to say thank you. Do what you said you were going to do, when you said you were going to do it, and how you said you were going to do it. Have clean clothes. What a concept. A clean car. A haircut. Have a good posture. Smile. Have some energy. Have some enthusiasm. Use their name. I want to show you something. And it's entitled, The Simple Truth of Service. And I just want to watch you in 3 minutes. Rob? I stole something from somebody. I got it in 2009, so that probably made it about 6 years old. It's called The 10 Most Important Words. The 10 most important words. Number 1, I apologize for our mistake. Let me make it right. The 9 most important words. Thank you for your business. Please come back again. The 8 most important words. I'm not sure, but I'll find out. The 7 most important words. What else can I do for you? The 6 most important words. What is most convenient for you? The 5 most important words. How may I serve you? The 4 most important words. How did we do? The 3 most important words. Glad you're here. The 2 most important words. Thank you. And the most important word. Yes. Yes. You know, I asked myself, what is it that I think that I do that keeps me going, that keeps me focused? And what activities do I do that make me maybe a good realtor, or make me somewhat productive, what it is? So I wrote them all down, and I'll share them with you. Like I said, by the tape, it'll be easier. But here's what they are. You know, they haven't changed much Focus. I smile, I work, I get up, I show up, I stay in touch. I say thank you. I return phone calls daily. I wash my car twice a week. I dream, I'm grateful, I go to church, I have faith, I stay late, I've learned to say no. I change my voicemail every day. I'm happy. I look the part, act the part, try to become the part. I wear a suit every day. I do what it takes. I do what it takes. I just sold a house. Guy's 89 years old. I sold it to him 14 years ago. I've taken his trash out probably 3 times a month for the last 14 years. I take his trash out. I take him to the airport. I do anything Brian wants. I sold his house about 2 weeks ago, $5.7 million. He paid me $158,000. I take everybody's trash out for that. But you just do what it takes. You do what they ask you. His house is 6 minutes from my house. 89 years old. And he didn't grind me on the commission either. Ain't that funny? When people perceive value, they pay you. I believe, I work hard, I listen to country western music, I smile when I don't want to, I have goals, I play tennis, I fly, I ski, I get manicures and pedicures. I do that too. They think I'm nuts. I walk into a place to get manicure and pedicures, he goes, oh, here's Mr. Busy Man, Mr. Busy Man. Oh, nuts. The 7th item I wrote down. Time management skills. Let me say this about time management. It's real easy. How many here traveled a great distance to get here? How many had to take an airplane trip? How many had to leave town? Raise your hands. Many times now, because you all know this, the best time management day in your life is the day before you go on vacation. How many would agree? Yes or no? How many got more stuff done 24 hours before they left than they could ever imagine in their life? We're all that way. I'm that way. We're all that way. Now just stop and think, what if you work like that just 3 days a week? Just 3 days a week? I'm not going to go so far as say 5 days a week. But just think if you work that like 3 days a week, you wouldn't have to work the other 4. Some of you don't even know there's 2 6 o'clocks in one day. When I was saying 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock this morning, you were delirious. There's 2 6 o'clocks in one day. 2! Some of you are night people, some of you are morning people. But it doesn't matter what kind of people you are, you still got to work. If you give yourself if you get up 1 hour earlier, go to bed 1 hour later, either one of those combinations, or you get up a half hour earlier, or you go to bed a half hour later, you give yourself 6.5 40-hour work weeks per year. Now some of you are looking at me saying, I'm going to do the math. You don't have to do the math. I've done it 100 times. It's 6.5 40-hour work weeks. So you just got to ask yourself, what do you want? What's your goal? Some of you are content with where you are. That's cool. That's great. Some of you want a little bit more. Maybe more time at home, or more time with family, more time with your kids, more time with this, more time with that, more time to travel. Let me tell you, I had prostate cancer at 50 years old. 50 years old. That's a young age to get prostate cancer. It was scary. But it's over. It's done with. It's gone. It's just, I took that mother right out. It's gone. Somebody says, oh, let's give you some chemicals or some pills or something, and maybe we'll shrink it. Shrink it. It's cancer. Lose it. I told you about 20 seconds of courage. Let me tell you something. You find the things that you think are the most miserable things, and you do them first. You give yourself that 20 seconds of courage every day. Do it first thing of the day. First thing of the day. It was hard for me. I'm a procrastinator. I can procrastinate. I can give you a 10-day class on procrastination. But I can't do that anymore because it interferes with the goals that I have. 20 seconds of courage. I wrote down some other time management ideas. Number 1, order your food and your check at the same time. Number 2, schedule time off. Number 3, have one list, not many. I have one list. This is my actual day timer. This is it. This is what I'll take with me. This tells me about my 2 o'clock, my 3 o'clock, my 4 o'clock, my 5:30. It tells me everything I got to do today. I even got my schedule in here for tomorrow. I got one list. What I got to do, how I got to do it. I carry with me that segment of the book from Mind Power so I can read it, so I can visualize it. I carry it with me. Use a headset. Avoid negative people. Throw things away. 20 seconds of courage. Have others do things for you. Learn to say no. Learn to say no. Do the most difficult tasks first. Delegate and trust other people. Understand that this is a real estate profession. Some of you asked about what my day was. Somebody asked me a little bit earlier, what does my day look like? I get up usually every morning about 4:45. I light a fire. I look out at the ocean. I make some coffee. I have 2 cups of coffee. I lie in bed and I think about my day. My goals are sitting next to the bed. And I look at my schedule and I think about what do I got to do today? How do I got to do it? Am I prepared? Am I ready? That's at 4:45. On Tuesdays and Thursdays and Saturdays, I play tennis from 7 o'clock to 8 o'clock. I take 3 lessons a week. I take single lessons. I take it because it's good for my heart. And I never played anybody. I've just taken 3 lessons a week for about the last 6-7 years. I just want to get my ass beat. That's a terrible thing to get beat at 7 o'clock in the morning. Just can't do that. But I'm good. I figure when I can beat the instructor, I'm okay. And then twice a week, I go to the gym at 6 o'clock in the morning. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, I don't go to the gym. I go to the office and try to focus and get things done. Have a list. And I do what it is I'm supposed to do. But that's pretty well my schedule. I got a 9 o'clock meeting with my personnel people, and I just work. Usually between 9 o'clock and 12 o'clock, I settle problems. 12 o'clock to 5 o'clock, I show houses. I list houses. I do this. I try not to have that many night appointments. I try not to work on Saturdays. Try not to work on Sunday. On Saturdays, I work till about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Sundays, I try not to work at all. I typically just now tell people that I've got appointments. I'm booked all day, and that's what it is. You know, I mean, really, that's what I tell. And I book all day. I've collected some toys over my lifetime. I've collected them, but I haven't been using them. I haven't been using them. You know? And now I'm going to use them. I made a commitment to myself that I was going to use one of my toys every weekend. One of them. I was going to do something. You know, but you just got to do it. You got to do it. The 8th thing that I wrote down. Probably the most difficult thing for me to talk about is always remember balance in the game of life. Always, always, always remember balance in this thing called life. You know, I love what I do. I can stand here and you probably can tell that I'm fairly enthusiastic about what I do. I don't think I'm ever going to have a heart attack because I do love what I do. But you know, I've learned something over the last 40-something years. That, you know, I've collected some things that I don't use them. I've got a home in Vancouver Island in Canada on the water. I've got a beautiful home in the desert. I got this, I got that, I got a motorcycle, I got a Ferrari, I got a Bentley, I got an airplane. I got all this stuff, and I don't use it that much. Well, thank you very much. We got a table for the Ferrari. Ain't that sweet? You give me a card afterwards, I'll see what I can do about it. You know what I tell you about? They were goals. They were goals. They were goals. You gotta have a goal. But you know, at 63 years old, you begin to realize that on fulcrum of life, I'm on the downside. High likelihood I'm not going to be around at 126. High likelihood of that. You know, so your priorities change. Your values are different. You know, so now, you know, other things are a little bit more important to me. I've got a 34-year-old son. Seeing him every couple months is really important to me. I got 5 brothers. Seeing them is important. Seeing people that are my friends. Seeing David Knox and I are neighbors out in the desert. Getting together with him for a cigar, you know, for Thanksgiving and being with him. It's going to be fun. The Greens. I've got people that are friends of mine. Does that make sense? And I got to make a choice. What do you always hear? How much is enough? How much is enough? Well, I don't know. If I knew how much was enough, I wouldn't be here. Now the good news is they're not paying me to be here, so you don't have to worry about that. But you know, there's other things that just become priorities. And I'm going to submit to you that if there's any mistakes that I've made as a young person, and I know I'm not at that end of my life right now, but it wasn't taking more time to just have some fun. It wasn't taking more time to be with my son. It wasn't taking more time. Does that make sense? I have a good time now. Not as good time as I could, but I have a really good time. I'm going to share with you something I got 2 days ago, and I'm almost done. We might run just a couple minutes over if that's okay, but I promise to make it worth you.